What is up, guys? My name is Theo, and today we are talking about a budget alternative to the Aperture 120D as well as the Aperture Light Dome Mark II. So let's just get right into it. Real quick, actually, before we get into this, for those of you guys who do not know me, my name is Theo. I do a lot of photo and video content here on this channel. I am also a Fujifilm shooter as well. So if that is your type of thing, if you guys are interested in those type of things, please do consider subscribing. I do have a lot of stuff planned here for the very near future. With all that said, though, let's just get right into this light. First things first, this isn't going to be a very technical review. I just kind of wanted to shed some light, pun intended, not intended, just to really show that there are some budget alternatives out there that are really producing a lot of great quality. A lot of us don't have $1,000 to drop on a setup like this, so literally cutting that in half can make all the difference for somebody out there who's either trying to have their own little home setup for YouTube, or just getting started out in freelance work and need a really big and bright source to shoot some videos for their clients. So apologies if you clicked on this video looking for the real technical aspects of this light and this modifier. Sorry, there were plenty of other YouTubers out there who did a great job with that. Joe and Nunn did a killer job with this light specifically, so definitely check out his video if you need the specifics on this light. This video is just really to kind of talk about this budget alternative and what it can do for you guys. So, alright, so now on to the light. This is the Godox VL150. This light is Godox's answer to the Aperture 120D as far as the product as a whole in itself. This series of lights from Godox are the only ones that come with a case, which is kind of a big deal if you are doing a lot of projects outside of a studio. If you're on the go a lot, being able to pack it up in its own bag and have everything with you in one spot is a huge plus. And a lot of their other lights don't offer really anything like that. As well as the ability to use a V-mount battery with your lights. You don't have to be attached to a wall to use this light, and that's kind of between those two things, that was a big positive for me when it came to purchasing this light specifically. And when it comes to brightness, this light is definitely plenty bright for anything I can really throw at it. For YouTube situations just like this, I'm not using much power at all. If it was, say, darker outside, I might be bumping it up a little bit, but again, not much to really use this light to its fullest. Now, say for some client work, I would definitely be pushing it a lot higher, depending on the scenes that I am going to be shooting. And if I really need something even brighter than this, having the reflector that comes with it actually makes this light ridiculously bright. And using it with the reflector, bouncing it off of a white wall or the ceiling, or shutting it through some diffusion curtains or something like that, is going to be more than plenty for any kind of situation that I need out of this light. Now, when the time comes to actually need something a little bit brighter, which I would imagine with some of the ideas that I have for some future projects, I will probably be upgrading to the bigger brother, the VL300. But until then, this is going to suffice for anything that I need right now. If I do need a second light, that's going to be kind of what I'm aiming for. But as of right now, this has been great, and I am absolutely loving it. Now on to the modifier. This is the Nice Photo 35-inch deep parabolic softbox. One of the big features for this is just how quick and easy it is to set it up. It uses a similar system that the Aperture Light Dome 2 does, with how quick and easy the rods can snap into place. Literally just bending it out and it snaps right in, and then pushing a button to release them. Setup for this thing literally takes less than a minute, so you can really set this thing up in a pinch if you had to. This softbox does come with 2 layers of diffusion, as well as a grid for the outside, which is super clutch considering I got this softbox for about $109, which I think is what it was when I bought it. I'm not sure of the price now, but there will be links to this softbox as well as a light down in the description for only a little over $100. Getting 2 forms of diffusion and a grid is actually super nice. Some of the other alternatives that I was looking at didn't actually come with a grid. So they'll charge an extra $25 to $50 just for a grid. So again, super great deal for this softbox. The last thing that is great about this setup specifically, which is kind of a silly one, I do appreciate how well the light and the softbox match. Both of them have the black and yellow color scheme. The shade of yellow is slightly different for the softbox. It's a little bit brighter. But at a quick glance, it's just going to look like it belongs together, and that's kind of what I appreciate about this setup, especially if you're going to be setting it up for some client work. I don't know, it's just not going to look so janky, or it kind of just comes down to client perspective or perception. Them feeling a lot more comfortable about how they're spending their money on somebody who looks like they know what they're doing, and something as silly as this, as matching a softbox and a matching light, it's just one of those things that's kind of a small detail that's kind of like behind the scenes that they don't really think about, because you don't really want them to think about it, like, if that makes sense. You know, you don't want them thinking that I don't know. It's dumb, it's silly, but client perception is a real thing, and I appreciate something like this that really just looks like it belongs together. But yeah, that about does it for this light setup. Again, I just wanted to make this video to kind of put this setup out there that there is budget alternatives to some of these more expensive lights out there, especially if you're gonna be doing something like YouTube. You don't really need to drop $1,000, especially when you're first starting out on a light, just to make your videos look a lot more professional. Godox has been killing the game lately with their lights. They've actually released version 2s of their SL lights, as well as another U light. It's basically a fanless light, pretty similar to the VL series. So they've just been killing it. I'm super happy with this light, as well as the Nice Photo softbox. So definitely check out those links down below. That about does it for this one, guys. If you got something out of this video, then definitely hit that like button. It is much appreciated. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.